So good morning. I didn't have the best night's sleep last night in the slightest. I've got a new pillow that I've been gifted by a company. I'll put the link in the description below, even though they sent it without wanting any promotion or anything. But it takes a bit of getting used to, doesn't it, a new pillow? So, and it was really cold up here last night, minuses. So anyway, I'm up, I'm awake. I've put the van back to seats instead of a bed, and there's quite a lot of activity going on outside. I've already seen a few chaps walking up to the cove for the morning, for the sunrise, even though we're not really going to get a sunrise. I don't know what I'm going to do for sunrise. There's a field out the right hand side of the van, and there's, looking at it now, even though you can't see a lot because the sun's not risen, there's a lot of low hanging cloud and there's a lot of trees on the other side of it. So I'm thinking that some sort of subdued, minimalist trees covered in fog type shots might be a good start to the day. And then Mally has organised a meet from here starting at 10 o'clock, and we're going to Janet's Foss and then Gordale Scar and then finishing at the Lone Tree. I might not stay the whole day. I might cut things short because my knee's giving me a bit of jip, but it should be a good day. Yeah, let's do it. Right, so I've taken a few shots this morning. I've lost a tripod leg as well though, so that's not a great start to the day. I'm feeling inspired by the snow, but nothing's really jumping out. I think I've got 2 shots which I'm probably going to crop to square crops. Sort of nice dark branches against a white blanket of snow. A couple of trees together over there as well, but the meet hasn't really started yet today, and we were planning on going up to the Lone Tree, but the road is inaccessible at the moment, so we've just come for a little walk into a few fields just to try and get inspired this morning before the meet up when we go to Janet's Foss, which is further down this track. So if those 2 pictures were any good, I'm hoping they are, and I'm hoping once I get them back, and I might just completely black and white them, even though they are pretty much black and white, and square crop it as well. I'm hoping that, especially that tree, those 2 trees up there together with snow and a little bit of greenery around the base, I'm hoping that that'll be the standout shot.
After taking these shots, we then headed back to the vans and the car park to join everyone else for the start of the meetup that Mally Davies had organised. About 20 people turned up, and one of them actually found my missing foot from my tripod, so a big thank you to Carl Pennington for that. We then, as a group, headed up the path towards Janet's Foss. The location of the waterfall I found to be quite inspiring and a little bit moving, but because it was so busy, I found it really difficult to find a composition I was happy with. I'm not sure whether that was because of the popularity on a Saturday of the location or because of the conditions, so instead I just sat back, did a little bit of people watching and enjoyed the surroundings.
Right, so I have taken the picture in the end. I've not gone for like your traditional shot that you might ordinarily see of Janet's Foss. I've looked a little bit closer, sort of the landscape within the landscape. And the fall sort of splits in 2 as it comes over, and there's this beautiful dark, almost jet black triangle in the rock face, and it goes over and it's really symmetrical, but then about halfway down on the left side it kicks back in, and I sort of like the sort of order in the chaos type thing that's going on. So if that's any good, I'll put it up now and then we'll have to see what else we get. So I've just come away from the group and I was quite happy with those shots that I got, but I just wanted to say something really, because I was a bit annoyed by a member of the general public sort of having a go at photographers being there. We're not all a bad bunch, and we don't all... I think it's easy to pigeonhole people and say, oh, all photographers are morons with cameras and tripods that get in the way, but we're really not. We've all got the same access right to look at these different places. We've all got the same desires to view them, and if one person wants to take a selfie in front of it and another person wants to take a 5-minute exposure, what's the difference really? I think communication is poor in today's society, and I've got a whole vlog, a whole spiel about that basically, which I'll be doing in an up and coming vlog. So I don't want to get too much into that today, but it just annoyed me a little bit that you can sort of paint all people with the same brush. I'm not painting all members of the general public and the selfie people out there with the same brush. I'm happy that people are out there. It is a popular place, and 20 photographers could seem a bit intimidating or a bit unnecessary, but today isn't all about taking pictures, it's about the community side of things, especially for me. I don't come to these meetups in order to get the great pictures. If I wanted to get a great picture somewhere, I'd probably go by myself and put the time into stuff, whereas when you're with lots of other people on a Saturday as well, at one of the most popular places in Yorkshire, you're not going to be able to get the perfect picture really. So the chatting, the inspiring each other, the engaging and communication, I think communication is key, and if we all as humans communicated a bit more, I think life would be a bit better. And you know, there's that word of compromise where we all want to do something, and I don't want it to be a queue. I'm not saying there needs to be like a ticketing system at Janet's Foss because it's silly, but I think, yeah, compromise is a good word for all of this. Anyway, Gordale Scar is next, so I think there's a butty van as well, so I might get a butty, meet up with the rest of the guys, and yeah, see what this afternoon has to offer. So we've had a cracking lunch, butty and a brew at the butty bar just near Janet's Foss, and we've moved on now to Gordale Scar. It's somewhere I've never been, even though I'm a Yorkshire boy. I've never been here as far as I can remember. My parents might correct me on that one, but as a grown up I can't remember coming here. And it's somewhere that Mally has said, Mally's just up here, he said it's a really difficult place to take pictures of, and I can see why. Not only is it super busy, it's hard to capture the atmosphere and the almost aura of the place. The waterfall isn't huge compared to the size of the valley and the cliffs. So what I'm doing is I am going to try and capture everything just to create a sort of atmospheric shot. I'm sort of in a queue here waiting for everyone to take their pictures. There's a few people ahead of me, but I've got my composition set up, and I'm at 10mm, and I'm in portrait orientation, and I'm shooting pretty much the whole thing top to bottom. There's quite a bit of mist coming through, which is quite a nice feature at the top. It's a bit different to just the plain grey or blue sky. And then as you come through the shot, you've got the waterfall, and then the river that then runs through, and I've got a little trickle of water just going in, just like sort of at the bottom of the camera, the bottom of the shot. It's all quite nice, but I just need to bide my time to get the opportune moment. I'm expecting to have a human element in all of these shots because there's people climbing the waterfalls, because that's another way that you can actually climb them and go up and go further up through the valley and go, and I think there's another waterfall up there as well. So I think the human element will add to it. I might actually take one while
there are photographers in the shot, because I think it adds something to it. I think a vibrant red jacket against all these natural elements is really good. Right, whichever one I end up putting up, whichever one I end up getting that I'm happy with, if I get one that I'm happy with, I'll put up now for you. Okay, so I'm back at the van now. We've just had a nice coffee in the Buck Inn in Malham, which was really nice, and had a good chat with Tim and sorted some stuff out, some future plans out with David Griffiths as well. I can never pronounce his name, but David Griffiths. I'll put a link in the description below as well to his channel. I've enjoyed today. It's been great, even though I've been ranting a little bit as well, but it's been good. I've got some good pictures that I'm happy with, I think. Hopefully a bit more happy when I get them on the big screen at home. And then at the end, I was also taking pictures of the group and some sort of individual, more behind the scenes shots. So I'll bob them up at the end as well. Thanks to Mally for organising another cracking meet. His channel is linked in the description too. I'm going to link a load of people in the description below, because I've met some brilliant people today, and that's what these meetups are about. Meeting people, community, good chats, and a bit of photography thrown in. I'll see you on the next one.